so today I want us to talk about fear, and I want us to talk about fear because this is one of those things I think I've dealt with for a very long time, and in my journey of trying to find myself and know why things happen the way they are, I think my healing journey, I realized that my fear was not coming from a point of I fear failure or something, but I fear success, right? And when I was trying to find a deeper understanding, I realized why, and this was because of the mindset that I have been having for a very long time, something that I'm trying to come out of. And mindset, because when I talk about fear of success, it's not that I don't like being successful, I don't like having things and things like that, but it's more so of the process that gets you to the successes that you're looking for. And so fear, in today's video, I wanted to talk about growth mindset and fixed mindset. And I want us to talk about this because fixed mindset is where I think a lot of us fall in, and that is why sometimes we don't really enjoy the process to take us to somewhere where we're successful and all these things. And having conversations with friends, with family, and also just looking at a few things online here and there, I've realized that a fixed mindset is where a lot of people are. I have been there. I am working my way outside that. And if you think about a fixed mindset, what is it, And I started this video with fear because a fixed mindset is governed by fear to keep you safe, right? So it's where you see yourself. I'll give an example. If you have a business, you want to pivot it, you want to grow it, you want to develop it, but it requires you to put in a lot of effort, a lot of A, B, and C, like a lot of things inside there. But then when it comes to that fixed mindset and how fear is governed by fixed mindset, is that it's keeping you safe because it keeps you from a place of don't do something. You may probably want to know, I want to grow my business and things like that. You may have those ideas, and a very good example is actually myself. I have a business that I've been running for the last I would say 1 year, but I've seen and I've thought of the ideas to grow it and all these things, but then again, it will require you to put more capital. It will require you to put yourself out there, and then that fear to keep you safe comes in, where you start feeling thoughts and having voices inside you telling you, what if you give in and it doesn't give you returns and things like that. And it's basically the fear to keep you safe, to keep you in a cocoon and a place where you are okay, because you ask yourself, like even for my employed babes and myself as well, you think of it, you want to leave employment and get into a business, but then again at the end of the day you're like, I'm getting paid at the end of the month. I have my car, I have my good house, and all this. So you get comfortable, you get content with what you have. And content is something very nice, it's good to be content with what you have. But then again, sometimes I think when you're in this cocoon and when you're basically operating from a fixed mindset, it keeps you away from exploring what more you can do. It keeps you away from really getting to discover yourself and give it, and give more and just put yourself out there. So fixed mindset, let's talk how can you tell you are having a fixed mindset. So one thing is when you are in a fixed mindset, results matter to you more than the process itself. So you look at the outcome of something and not the process and the learnings that you get into it. Let's say you are drawing, or rather you are an artist and all these things. So when you are in a fixed mindset, your focus is more of, I will draw and I'm going to sell this paint or something, whatever, your mind focuses on that, the end goal, and not like, I'll make mistakes here, I'll try to, I'll sell it here, it will not, I'll learn something here and all that, I'll connect and all those things. Basically, you look at the results, A growth mindset, on the other hand, is where you look at the entire process. I'm starting business, but apart from adding on my revenue is also you focus on the learnings at each stage. Growth mindset is focusing on every setback you get as an opportunity to growth, but on a fixed mindset, when you meet a setback, you see it as failure, and you start getting those voices inside you telling you, Caroline, I can't, you can do this and things like that. And I was thinking about it, I realized there's something we say in Kenya, that you might find a lot of people who tried doing businesses and they didn't work for them, and what we tell ourselves, or what these people tell themselves, is that biashara is not mine, business is not mine, meaning that I'm not a business person. I'd rather be employed, I'd rather get this, whatever I'm getting, I'm comfortable, I'm just doing what I'm required to do and I'm getting paid, but I'm not willing to put myself out there. And that is basically having a fixed mindset. So fixed mindset as well lacks motivation, it lacks personal growth and resilience. So when you are in a fixed mindset, you're not motivated. And I've been there. I've been in a place where I know for a fact that I am a great person, I can do things, but every single time I feel I'm very unmotivated to go out there and do these things. It also basically, you're okay, I do this, I'm good at it, I'm not going to seek anything else. You're not looking at growth and growing yourself as an individual, but you are okay with where you are. You lack motivation to do anything and you're just okay. That is also a sign of having a fixed mindset. So a fixed mindset as well puts you in a place where you don't like being challenged. So anything that is challenging to you, you don't totally like it. And there's something I read somewhere that said, if you're not getting stretched, you're simply repeating the same stuff over and over, So if you're not getting challenged, if you're not getting stressed, you're basically repeating the stuff you already know over and over. And that is basically doing nothing to you. Remember, I think we mentioned this on the last video we did, where we talked about self-actualization and the importance of it and why we need to get to that point as individuals. And when you look at a fixed mindset and getting challenged and getting stretched, when you're getting stretched, you learn. When you're getting challenged, you grow, and that is what now brings in self-actualization. And Abraham Maslow called a fixed mindset, it's an aborted self-actualization. And I totally agree with him, because when you are in that fixed mindset state, you're not growing, you're just repeating things over and over. So you basically you're just there, you're just there. And it's good if it's serving you. It's good to just be there if it really serves you, if you really feel like you have gotten to the highest power of discovering yourself and knowing yourself. But if you've not, then you need to move and you need to change from there. So they are quite a number of points and characters of a fixed mindset, but those are the few that I wanted to talk to you today. And let's now look at, how do I jump then from this state of mindset? How do I move from a fixated mindset to a growth mindset? So one, I would say, is to learn to listen to your inner voices. So we know these things where we have things coming as, you're not talented enough, you can't do it, it's too risky, who told you you can do it? Those are voices that we have inside us. Nobody comes from out there and starts saying things to your face. Okay, there are people who do that, but when it comes to your mindset, these are things that come from within you. You hear these voices within you. So the first thing, if you want to move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, you need to learn how to listen to those voices. Now, once you know how they come to you, once you know how they appear to you, once you know how they actualize and come to you, you're able to anticipate, at what point in my stage when I'm trying to do something, at what point do I listen, at what point do these voices come to me. And so once you know that, then you're able to listen to them without really affecting your actions and the actions that you need to take. So number two, I would say, use your choice. Now, using your choice, remember, once you hear these voices, you have a choice to listen to them, and you have a choice to say, nope, you know what, darling, I got this, I will do it, and I have actually done it. So when you're choosing what to do and you listen to this voice, I want you to put yourself in the highest version of yourself as possible. If it's about growing to a certain point, maybe I would say me, my business, if I hear these voices, I want to use and say them, I've grown, I've actually shipping all over the world, I'm actually doing, start talking back to these voices. And by using the choice, choosing not to listen to them and do nothing, but choosing to listen to them, talk back to them, and get into action. And then number 3, I want you to talk back to those voices. So when it says you can't do it, ask it, like, really, who told you I can't do it? I am going to say it. So say I'm not sure. You can actually just say, yeah, true, it's possible I can do it, but I'm not sure at this point, and I'm going to try, I'm going to learn, I'm going to get better, and I'm going to get to that point, right? So we have said listen to voices, use your choice, and now talk back to that voice. And then another thing is welcome fear. So when you talk about welcome fear, I know this is something that I've been saying severally, and welcoming fear to me is basically feeling that fear and going and taking the action without overthinking it. Don't overthink it. Yes, feel it, but then go ahead and and do the action. Now, I've brought in overthinking here because I think when we overthink things, then we start welcoming those negative things, and they set us back. And you start welcoming and feeling like, really, I can't. And by the time you realize, time and time has gone again and again and again, because you started overthinking. So welcome fear, but when you're welcoming fear, be alert and be aware, and now do the thing with welcoming it. So fighting it, of course, these are things that are coming from within you. These are things that are meant to keep you safe, so it's probably going to win. But when you welcome it and be like, okay, hi, welcome, but I'm still going to do it, trust me, you're going to find the will to go ahead and take steps. And then another point I want to say is change your identity. So when I'm saying about changing your identity is be aware that you want to change how you feel and how you view and how your mindset is, and start taking small repeated actions every single day that are going to get you close to where you want to be, right? So be very deliberate in the things that you're doing. Be very deliberate in learning a new skill, something that is going to get you near to where you want to be. And then lastly, and not least, actually this is very, very important, is take action. So it all boils down to, are you taking the needed actions to achieve the goals that you have, right? And I think a few questions that have helped me and they will help you are, what am I learning from this? What steps can I take to help me succeed? And how do I follow through with my plans? So if you ask yourself these 3 questions, the next thing you're going to do is to create an action plan and implement it, right? It's very easy for you to listen to videos on YouTube. It's very easy for you to read online and see how to get one point to another. But again, it boils down to, are you taking the needed actions? Are you putting yourself out there? Okay, so I'd say, if there's something you have really wanted to do, if there's somewhere you really wanted to get yourself into, stop what you're doing now and do something today. Repeated, deliberate actions that are getting you close. And remember, every single day that you wake up, take an action that is going to get you close to that. So that is it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched up to this point, I really, really do appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and your family, and remember to also subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. So thank you and see ya. Bye.